Welcome to the Papyrus Global Stage News Round, a comprehensive recap of the major international developments that shaped the world this week. From armed conflicts and diplomatic maneuvering to economic shifts, humanitarian efforts, technological advances, and cultural milestones, the past 7 days reflected both the fragility and resilience of the global order. I am Christiana Babayo. Thank you for joining us. Here are the stories making headlines around the world. Global security, escalating conflicts, counterterrorism operations, and fragile ceasefires. World economy, currency movements, inflation pressures, and shifting investment inflows. Diplomacy, high-level talks, sanctions debates, and regional cooperation. Humanitarian affairs, displacement, aid delivery, and civilian protection. Health and science, disease surveillance, medical innovation, and climate-linked health risks. Development, infrastructure, energy transition, and youth empowerment. Culture and sports, global cultural influence and international sporting excellence. Global security. Security concerns dominated global attention this week as armed conflicts and militant activity continued across multiple regions. In parts of Eastern Europe, fighting persisted amid renewed diplomatic efforts to limit escalation, while civilians faced ongoing displacement and infrastructure damage. Across the Middle East and parts of Africa, counterterrorism operations intensified as governments sought to contain insurgent groups exploiting political instability and porous borders. Military analysts warn that non-state armed groups are increasingly adaptive, leveraging technology, local grievances, and regional networks, underscoring the need for intelligence sharing and coordinated global responses. World economy and markets. On the economic front, global markets recorded mixed performance. Major currencies fluctuated as investors reacted to inflation data, interest rate signals, and geopolitical risks. Energy markets remained volatile, with oil and gas prices responding to supply adjustments, shipping disruptions, and diplomatic developments. International financial institutions reiterated calls for fiscal discipline, debt restructuring, and inclusive growth, particularly for developing and emerging economies facing cost of living pressures. Diplomacy and international relations. Diplomatic activity intensified worldwide as leaders sought to manage conflict risk, trade tensions, and alliance dynamics. High-level engagements focused on de-escalation, humanitarian access, and economic cooperation, while debates over sanctions, defense spending, and trade rules continued. Multilateral organizations emphasized the importance of dialogue, international law, and collective security amid rising global polarization. Humanitarian and civilian affairs. Humanitarian agencies raised alarms over growing displacement, food insecurity, and civilian vulnerability. Millions across conflict-affected and climate-stressed regions require urgent assistance, with aid organizations facing funding gaps and access challenges. Relief operations continued despite logistical constraints as international partners pushed for safe humanitarian corridors and protection of civilians. Global health and science. Global health authorities continued monitoring infectious disease trends while expanding vaccination campaigns and surveillance programs in vulnerable regions. Public health experts warn that climate change, urbanization, and conflicts are increasing health risks, reinforcing the need for preparedness and early detection systems. Meanwhile, breakthroughs in medical research, biotechnology, and artificial intelligence gained momentum, raising discussions on ethics, regulation, and equitable access. Development, energy, and infrastructure. Governments and development partners advanced projects in transport infrastructure, digital connectivity, and energy transition. Renewable energy investments expanded as countries balanced climate commitments with energy security and affordability. Youth-focused development programs gained attention, with policymakers highlighting skills training, innovation, and job creation as pillars of long-term stability. Technology and innovation. Technology remained a key driver of global transformation. Artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and digital governance featured prominently in policy discussions as leaders weighed innovation's benefits against privacy and security risks. Experts called for international frameworks to guide responsible technology development. Culture, entertainment, and sports. On a lighter but impactful note, culture and sports continued to unite global audiences. Artists, filmmakers, and creatives crossed borders with music, cinema, and digital content, strengthening cultural exchange and soft power. International sports competition delivered thrilling performances, highlighting talent, discipline, and global camaraderie. And that concludes the Papyrus Global TV Global Stage News Round, a snapshot of forces shaping our world this week. In a time of uncertainty and transformation, the global story remains one of challenge, cooperation, and shared responsibility. Thank you for watching. For in-depth reporting and global perspectives, stay connected to thepapyrusdaily.com. I am Christiana Babayo. Have a peaceful Sunday and a productive week ahead.